Hello. Welcome to the first ever live presentation of the World Football News Network. I'm Riley McManus. Joining me in Australia today is Riley Sohier. He will be on the call with me for the UEFA Champions League Final between Real Madrid and Juventus. Riley, how are you?
Yeah, very good, Riley. How's yourself?
I'm excellent. It's a little bit earlier in the morning for you than it is for me.
Yes, about 20 minutes to 5 here in Australia on Sunday morning.
It is 1:45 in the afternoon here in the United States in my region of the world. So before we start dipping into the game, I want to ask you, what is the key for Juventus to get the win today, and also what is the key for Real Madrid to get the trophy today?
Yeah, look, it's we should also probably mention that it's the 62nd edition of the Champions League, and also the 25th in the modern era under the format as it is now. In regards to Juventus, the elephant in the room, maybe not an apt description, but as Cristiano Ronaldo. If Juventus stop him, he's the top scorer in this year's Champions League with 10. He also has 6 assists. So Juventus, if they can stop him, they'll go a long way. Juventus in the Champions League, they haven't lost a game, and that back three of Chiellini, Bonucci, and Bargalzi will be the key to their success. I suspect that Juventus is going to hit Real Madrid on the counter. They've played that way pretty much throughout the Champions League. And Real Madrid, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, and of course, we also have Benzema. And of course, Isco, who's been the surprise packet this year for Real Madrid. And of course, from my point of view, I'd say that they just start favourites. It's going to be very exciting. And of course, the battle on the flank with Marcelo from Real and Dani Alves, who probably has something to prove for Barcelona. After they let him go this year. Of course, they'll be opposing each other on that flank, getting forward, so there's going to be space behind those players.
Yeah, the players just walked out. They're about to play the Champions League song they play before every game. I'm assuming the national anthem of both these countries. It is going to be an exciting affair between these two teams. And I could not be happier that these two teams made it, because these are the two most deserving teams throughout the whole Champions League season. As far as the history and the matchup between these two teams, these teams met last time in the 2015 UEFA Champions League semifinal. Juventus got the best of them, 3-2 on aggregate, and they ultimately went on to play Barcelona in the final and lost when Barcelona ended up winning the treble. So how big is Juventus' counterattack going to be against this Real Madrid backline?
Yeah, well, look, in earlier games, and especially in the knockout rounds, they tend to absorb a lot of the opposition attack. And as we got throughout the group games, yes, they build up steadily, but I've noticed that since the actual knockout phase from the round of 16, there's actually been, and obviously preparing themselves for the later rounds, and especially the final, they tended to absorb the opposition attack and then hit them on the counter, pretty much direct, going through the midfield, hooking up with Higuain and scoring in that rather than a build-up as they were in the competition throughout the stages.
The starting lineup for Juventus is Gigi Buffon in goal, Ginelli, Pechnik. I'm not very good with last names. So is Zari, Bonici, Ginelli, Alexandro. Midfield to the left. Then, of course, you have Dani Alves and Pablo Dybala. The biggest name I'm watching from this Juventus side is obviously Higuain, to see how he performs, because his last big tournament performance against Germany in the 2014 World Cup, he was not very good. So I want to see how he rebounds from there. As Real Madrid starting lineup now pops on the screen, who surprises you the most from the Real Madrid starting lineup?
It's a pretty standard. I thought Varane in the back. Obviously, Pepe, if he was available, Portuguese national would have been the starter, and that's going to be another Achilles heel for Real, not having Pepe available. So Varane has filled in, of course, but he's probably I would say the surprise, using Nacho as well. So in that position from time to time. So if you look back on the statistics also for Real, you'd probably find that he's made a fair few of the errors for Real Madrid as well, Varane.
Real Madrid in the purple. Juventus in the classic white and black. 17 UEFA League Champions Cup final is now kicked off. There's a long ball from Juventus as it's played out for a Juventus throw. So what's the key to start off quick for Juventus? Do you think they need a goal early, or do you think they need more to control the pace of the game and get their forwards going?
Well, probably Riley, not as they just started there. They gained possession, lost it. They're working obviously through a slow build-up now, and possession. And looking at the stats, Juventus in the top 5 teams totally throughout the actual Champions League. So obviously that's been a little bit of an issue with them, where Real Madrid were basically up second or third. So so it's got to maintain possession, Real possession throughout the game.
As a free kick has been called in Real Madrid's favor off a foul on Luka Modric. As they played it quick, Modric, long ball down the field, and Real gives up possession. The referee says play on after Benzema was accused of being fouled. Juventus from the back, the Italian team, winners of Serie A. Madrid, the winners of La Liga in Spain. Just an incredible matchup. These two teams deserve to be here, and Real Madrid, they're obviously going to control a lot of possession. They're going to be the attacking team. Do you think they can get a goal in the first 20 minutes?
Well, they'll be able to do that, of course. Real. And both sides will want to get on the board as early as they can. And just watching Massimiliano Allegri barking out instructions there to his players. The history shows us that the team that scores first more often than not goes on to win. So yes, both teams will be looking to score early.
If you want to sync up with us and listen to us as your main broadcast team, we are at 245, 246, 47, 48, 49 as Navas collects that, and we'll play it out to Marcelo. The pace of the game's been real frantic Juventus just stole it back as they pass it to Higuain, and that's cut off by the Madrid defense.
That's the with the header and the shot by Higuain. That's the second shot within 3.5 minutes.
That's Navas with another save. Navas.
Yes.
As Marcelo with it on the left flank. He is defended by Dani Alves. He plays it into the middle for Cruz. So looking at this Real team, through almost 5 minutes, they haven't looked sharp. They've given away possession multiple times. The long balls haven't been there. Their passing accuracy hasn't been there. Navas has made a couple, decent. Do you think they're starting off shaky?
Yes. A little bit of a nervous start by Real Madrid, Riley. Juventus have and great skill there from Higuain and the shot, but it's been a nervous start. They haven't, they've been hassled. They haven't controlled the ball, and in fact, this is only the third time and a half that the ball's crossed the halfway line.
Yeah, they do look like they've gotten off to a nervous start. This ball goes over into the territory, and Juventus heads it back out. Now Modric in the middle plays it out wide and beats him with pace. The ball remains in play. Modric plays it back out into Cruz in the middle. They're just looking for somewhere to go with it. Modric has it again as he plays it out to the left. Marcelo with it now. Marcelo up the right, or up the left flank. Benzema with it. Ronaldo in the middle as they give it away to Juventus. Juventus hadn't looked as sharp either. They've looked a little nervous as well. Higuain with a couple good shots early. But what is the contributing factor to get both these teams comfortable? Is it just going to be a matter of time?
Well, I think obviously both, trying to force the play, and more so Juventus. And I thought that both of them would probably work on a steady build-up, but obviously that's not the case. So I think the key will be the main, and a great shot there from Pjanic. And so obviously Juventus want to come out, obviously score. Great save.
Incredible for Carlos Navas.
Top draw stuff. But so obviously Juventus looking to get on the scoreboard early, and if that was the case, I would then concentrate on obviously trying to maintain that lead.
It's definitely looked like Juventus has been the better too far. And as Navas plays it out for a goal kick, he pushes his players on. I think our Cardiff Wales is site for this today's game. And what a beautiful show they put on all week long. And the stadium and the field looks set to go. And they picked a fantastic host city in Cardiff.
Yes, the stadium constructed in the late 90s, and of course, obviously the premier sporting stadium and in Wales and in the UK, as in general, there's only Wembley that I would say that effectively would outstrip it in regards to capacity, and of course the people on the planet knowing about it as well.
Marcelo runs it out of play. Higuain puts his hands up, and now it will be a Juventus throw. They throw it in. It's stolen by Cruz. Played back to Cruz as referee calls a foul on Juventus, Madrid will have a free kick around the middle of the field. They played out to Modric. Out wide, back to Modric. And now, star man himself, Cristiano Ronaldo, with his first touch of the game, and he is knocked around, and he loses possession. Juventus with it now, going forward at the center circle. They play it back. It's Juventus going for Gigi Buffon's first ever UEFA Champions League title, and that's ultimately one of the biggest storylines today. Also, Gareth Bale has made the 18-man roster. Don't know if he'll play or not. This is his home city. It'll be a sweet homecoming if he can get out there, as Madrid goes up forward now. Plays it out wide to Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo, fancy footwork, dances around, plays in Modric. Juventus clears it out. So Madrid's look better. They look like they settled into the game a little bit. They got in Cristiano Ronaldo some touches.
Yeah, they needed.
Yeah, they did. They did very much need, as Marcelo's nutmegged with a pass. What a pass, and the next pass from Juventus goes out of play. So for the first 10 minutes, what have you seen that you liked from both teams? What have you seen that you haven't liked from both teams?
Well, I've liked Juventus. They've come out to play. I thought they might have hung back a little and played the traditional Italian football of basically defending and trying to hit on the break. But they've actually played the opposite to how I suspected they would.
Taken
a little bit of time to settle in, but as they're working through the slow build-ups, and had a shot on goal, starting to settle into the game a little bit, Riley.
Yeah, as a long ball's played over the head of Ronaldo as he begs for a foul and will not get it. Referee says get up for a goal kick. But what a ball. That looks like a shove. Don't know if it's worthy of a actual penalty, but it is very good defending from Chinili.
It was, and of course Ronaldo is going to appeal for anything, isn't he?
Always looking for that appeal. As Madrid stole it away, and Juventus wins it right back. As Sandro with it now. Sandro plays up on the wing, is played back to defending.
They can't.
Ball played in, it's given away by Dybala. Referee called for a foul and a yellow card given to Dybala. First booking of the game for the youngster. There's been a lot of speculation that he will leave Juventus for a bigger club, maybe a Atletico Madrid if Antoine Griezmann ultimately moves on from there. What do you think of all the speculation about his future?
Well, Dybala, of course, an Argentinian, so I suspect that there could be some movement, especially as you mentioned, Antoine Griezmann, the talk about him moving on to Real Madrid. So, moving on to Manchester United from Atletico Madrid. So, I suspect if Griezmann goes, that'll start a chain of transfers, I believe.
Yeah, the people are just trying to replace what they've lost, and it's ultimately probably a good thing as Benzema gets called for a handball in the box. And Gigi Buffon plays it out to Sandro on the left, going forward for Juventus. Real Madrid wins it back. Marcelo now, or Isco rather. Isco plays it off to the left. Now Benzema. Benzema makes a few man miss, plays into the cross, and it's cleared out by Ticelli.
Again, sorry, Riley. there's been some cheap turnovers by Juventus moving forward, and the turnovers are coming in that midfield area, which could prove very costly for Juve. You just can't afford to turn over the ball in midfield against a team like Real Madrid.
Obviously, possession is one of the biggest things when you play a team like Real Madrid or Barcelona, one of the top teams in the world. You cannot give it up and give them free possessions, especially with Real Madrid's front four.
Absolutely, and they can punish you from any part of the field, Real Madrid.
Madrid with it now. They play it wide. And there's Marcelo. Marcelo back from Benzema. Marcelo gets it back again. Long ball to Ronaldo. Or, I'm sorry. Sandro defending. Keeps it in. Oh, it's right over the line. Madrid out for a goal kick. Will be a goal kick. Yeah, that was right over the line. Buffon played out. Or sorry, they called it a foul instead of a goal kick. Called it a foul on Knabel.
Yes, and one of the let's say worries for Real Madrid, Casemiro coming through there with a high foot, and I was listening to some pundits during the week, and there was some talk about maybe Allegri talking to the Juventus players about getting into the head of Casemiro because he was lucky to actually stay on in the semi-final. They had a couple of fouls.
Let's go with it now. Midfield, driving for you, for Real Madrid. Plays it back to the defense. Out wide. Madrid moving forward. Players rushing up. Ronaldo with it now in the middle of the field. Plays it back out to the left side. Middle of the field now. As loses it, it's right back to Madrid. So who's impressed you the most so far through the first 15 minutes as far as play and absurdness in this game?
Yeah, well, Higuain, of course, a header, a shot on goal from about 20 metres out. He's been pretty much the best for Juventus, and Chiellini out the back has been good. Real just going through a change of passing at the moment. Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't really done a lot, but I suspect that Real Madrid basically getting back into their pattern, playing the ball out from the back, playing possession football. If I had to, I'd have to go with the goalkeeper, Navas, at the moment for the best for Real Madrid with a fantastic save.
He's made two fantastic saves so far.
Absolutely.
Isco's really been a bright spot of Real Madrid's season. He's provided a lot of goals in a lot of big situations. He's also been a very good defender. As referee calls a foul in the middle of the field on Real Madrid. Has some jawing back and forth between.
Yes, he has.
Panic.
And this guy's been fantastic. When you consider he had the game time, had Bale not been injured so much throughout the season as Real Madrid come away.
So going forward now, Benzema. Ronaldo's who's left. Ronaldo running forward. Ronaldo is shoved off the ball and no foul called. Referee says, play on. Sandro with it as Ronaldo objects Play back to Buffon. As Buffon plays it short. And obviously the main storyline of this game is Buffon, like we mentioned earlier, trying to get his first ever UEFA League or UEFA Champions League title. Ronaldo going for his second in as many years.
Yes, and I don't think there'd be too many fair-minded people that would deny Buffon a Champions League winners medal. He's been a great keeper. I believe one of the best ever. And there's Sergio Ramos and Gigi having a few words to each other. But yes, he's been a great keeper, and I don't think he's going to be the person if Juve won would deny Buffon that winners medal.
Yeah, Buffon is one of the only things he's missing, and that would pretty much cap off his legacy as an Italian footballer. More caps than anyone else.
Exactly.
Just to be a tremendous capper to his Vince's career.
Well, there you go. He's 20th minute. And
Ronaldo puts it away. 1-0 Real Madrid. They break through against the best defense in the world. What a goal. What a moment. Let's go with the scoring. This really will just tell how prepared Juventus is for this game and how they bounce back. That would be the key for the next 10 minutes on if Juventus can bounce back from this. But let's look at this play. Madrid just going through the middle of the field, carving up this Juventus defense. They get it to Ronaldo on the right side of the field. He plays it out. It's played right back into him. He puts it away. What a goal from Cristiano Ronaldo. That's his 11th of the Champions League campaign.
Yes, and a slight deflection off Bonucci. And interesting that effectively Cristiano Ronaldo virtually in the setup scored that from effectively, if you like, the midfield. And again, not being players down, but playing with the smarts and dropping back a little bit into the midfield and a great shot.
That starts off the scoring today. Cristiano Ronaldo in the 20th minute. And if you want to sync up with us, listen to us as the main commentary team. We are in the 21st minute, 10th second, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yes, and there's the value of CR7. Hadn't got a lot of ball, not a lot of opportunity, but when it was presented, and he did say yesterday in a tweet that you've got to be a little bit selfish, and not that he was in that case. It was just a great just a great shot.
Fantastic goal. As Schnelli has it in the middle of the field, Juventus is attacking. He brings it up. Plays it out wide for Alexandro. Sandro plays him across. It's way too long. Marcelo heads it out. Alves with it on the opposite wing. As the Brazilian defenders, as you mentioned earlier, going at each other. Played in. Marcelo with it now. Played back inside. They're going. Juventus in the box. Takes a shot. And it's deflected off the Madrid player. Shouts for a handball, and they call it a handball on Pablo Baia. As I show another replay of Cristiano Ronaldo's goal.
Yes, the images, the jubilation of scoring. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the all-time greats. And the certainly up there with the gentleman that's on the photo on the wall behind me, Pele, and Pele, Maradona, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Leo Messi. They'd be in my team any day.
Ronaldo again objecting to another foul. Sandro with it on the left flank, plays it inside. Juventus with it in the middle of the field. Now the game's kind of changed a little bit. One of the things I've heard since I was a kid, that goals change games, and ultimately, so far in this game, Juventus looks a little bit more relaxed, settled into the game. Now they have a goal is to pretty much tie it up by halftime, because you do not want to be down to Real Madrid. It's a beautiful flick on to Sandro on the left side.
Yeah, and it was such a bright start by Juventus, and that's one thing absolutely you don't want to be chasing the game against a team like Real Madrid. However, in saying that, there's just that about Real defence. You always believe that if Juventus are forceful with their approach play, that there's always a chance for that goal. However, you're right, Riley. Not the position that you want. And of course, while there's plenty of time left, you want to try and reply as soon as you can.
Navas teasing Higuaín as he finally picks it up. As more action on Fox Sports, the United States will play Mexico in Estadio Azteca, June 11th. It's a night game, 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central on Fox Sports 1 here in the United States. Dubai with it now. Plays it out wide. Sandro, that pass is blocked. Now Modric on the run. Counterattack from Real Madrid. Has Benzema to the right, Isco in the middle, and Mr. Madrid himself, Cristiano Ronaldo to the left, as Isco loses. Again, back and forth. Juventus now on the left flank. Cross in. Chests it down. Higuaín, the shot. It's blocked. Modric going forward for Real Madrid. Ronaldo plays it back. Long ball. The Isco is played out by Ciccinelli. It's just been an end-to-end game. It's been a lot of fun to watch. He has one shot on target, and that was ultimately the goal for Cristiano Ronaldo. 5 shots from Juventus, only 3 on goal. So Juventus had the upper hand as far as shots in the offensive game, but Real Madrid had a better shot, and they put it in the back of the net, courtesy of arguably one of the best players in the world. Chest it down. What a goal! What a goal! Juventus enters back in the 26th minute. My goodness, the overhead kick. What a strike.
What a brilliant goal, and what a comeback. What a game. No, I don't think anybody expected that to be 1-1 after 26 minutes. And Mandzukic, what a great goal, overhead kick.
Bicycle kick to tie it 1-1 in the 27th minute. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Nothing Navas can do there. As we just watch this beautiful goal on the replay, Navas, nothing he can do. Oh, goodness. That will go down. If Juventus wins this game, that will go down as one of the greatest goals in UEFA Champions League history.
Very true, Riley. Very true. Brilliant.
The jubilation on Gigi Buffon's face as Real Madrid and Juventus are now even at 1-1. What a half of hour of football. It's just been magnificent.
Absolutely. And here's Juventus downfield again with their approach play.
Sandro on the left. He's attacking, cross in as Marcelo picks it up. And Madrid will go on the counterattack. Isco with it now. Plays it back to Marcelo. Do you expect kind of a lull since so much energy has been produced over the last 30 minutes? You expect it to be end-to-end all the way till the halftime whistle?
Well, people talk a lot, Riley, about the action, the play action, 5 minutes before halftime, 5 minutes after, and a lot of goals are conceded in that time, especially the 5 minutes before halftime. So I suspect that it'll be pretty much steady as you go until around about that 5 minutes, and then I think both teams will tighten up, not wanting to concede going in before halftime.
Just been tremendous so far. And can we have more? An hour more of the football left. Stay with us for the halftime show at the World Football News Network. Me and Riley Sohier break down the first half as we saw it. We watched it with you guys thus far as Juventus answers back with a strike.
Yes, just it's a shot of the Juve fans there, and of course that would have been relief to get an equaliser so quickly after Real had scored.
If you want to sync up with us, be your lead commentary team. We are at the 30th minute, 30:01, 02, 03, and 04. Madrid with it now. Play it forward. Isco. Out to Benzema. Ronaldo in the middle. They play it back. Isco. Marcelo. Marcelo on the wing, dancing around. Plays it back. Isco. Tries to find Ronaldo and Benzema in the middle. Ronaldo with overhead kick of his own is blocked by Sandro. That would have been a strike. That would have been quite the answer, the equalizer from Juventus. Ronaldo with a beautiful attempt. Yellow card now as Dani Alves lays in pain on the pitch. And those two have had rivalries in history when Alves was at Barcelona. So it comes to no surprise these two are getting very, very physical.
Yes, and how significant could that yellow card be later on in the game? Central defender, Sergio Ramos from Real, of course, and a yellow card in the 31st minute. Wow.
Not exactly ideal for Zinedine Zidane.
Absolutely not. And that's something that Allegri, the Juve coach, won't fail to remind his players of at halftime.
31st minute. Juventus won, Real Madrid won in the UEFA Champions League final. It's just been a blistering 30 minutes of fast-paced football, end-to-end stuff. Ronaldo in the 20th minute. And Juventus answers back with a thunderous strike, overhead kick to make it 1-1. There appears to be a delay for Modric to tie his boot, and we are off running again. Marcelo plays a long ball to Isco on the left. Isco's cross in. Benzema right over the head. Ronaldo misplaced the header. And now Juventus goes forward. They give it right away to Ramos. Marcelo has it now. Plays it inside to Modric. Back to Benzema. Played back in the field again to Modric. Ronaldo with it now and loses it in midfield. And the referee says play on. Sandro coming up the left flank. Now Alves with it. just been a tremendous showing from both these teams. Both very clinical. The one complaint I have from a tactical standpoint is they played the ball very fast up the field. No slow attacking build-up. They played it very, very quickly. And they've got goals from it, but they've also lost a lot of possession to it.
True, there has been a fair bit of turnover, and you wonder with that, Riley, if they're going to be punished. And, of course, Madrid, just the team to do that. There's been a lot of turnover by Juve.
As Juventus now sets up for the free kick, as Modric had fouled Dybala. Navas sets up his wall. Dybala and Pinjek over it. Waiting on the referee's whistle. He blows it. Dybala takes a shot. It goes right into the wall. Juventus clamoring for a handball. Sandro puts it right out to Higuain. Higuain keeps it, Bonucci keeps it in play. Right on the line, cross in, and there was a foul called. As the objection and the handball calls were called on Cristiano Ronaldo. His hand was in a natural position.
Something that you don't want to get your hand in the way when you're in the 18-yard box, of course, and maybe Real Madrid possibly a little lucky to get away with that.
Another hard foul in the middle of the field. We've seen some very, very hard just players jumping into each other, and that was an elbow to the face from Benzema.
Well, Pjanic receiving an elbow to the head there. As you said, there's a lot of physicality in this game as well.
It's been very physical, but very wide open, end-to-end stuff. I'm having a lot of fun. This is great.
It is. It's been a great spectacle. A lot of times these games are, games of attrition, but certainly not the 25th edition of the new Champions League.
Headed out by Ramos. Alves and Ronaldo battle for it. Alves now on Marcelo, and Marcelo cannot control the pass, and it goes out of play. Chelsea with it now. Sandro. Isco defending. Sandro is, I believe that was is that a foul call?
No, it should have been a goal kick to Juventus, and of course the assistant.
No, they called it a corner.
Yes, yeah.
As Dybala will stand over it as he moves off to the side. Dybala cross in, header goes back out to Dybala. A foul called on Ramos as they shake hands and greet. As a replay of the Juventus goal. What a strike. Just top class.
One that we'll be talking about in decades' time.
And at the halftime show, stick around. It's going to be us, as we might take a short little break. And we'll be talking Real Madrid, Juventus first half. Now, Juventus plays it out. As the goal scorer from Walgo, laying on the ground, holding his shin, or appears to be his ankle. Yeah, they got him on the end. Got him on the end of the ankle.
And going to like that. There's already one of their defenders, Sergio Ramos, with the yellow. Real Madrid could ill afford another yellow, and especially to a defender this early in the game.
Carvajal comes over and greets him, pats him on the back, as now they have the magic spray that what does. I believe it's like an ice. They spray on the leg, kind of like a numbing feeling, but
correct. Yes. Yeah. Just
right.
Something to get the effectively an ice pain spray to get the players up quickly and back on the field.
Probably treat it more at halftime. But with the pause in play, they show Cristiano Ronaldo's glorious frosted tips. And again, the Juventus goal and also the Ronaldo goal. As Buffon with it now. Plays it out on the edge of the field. Forward, now the Bay has it, and they call a Real Madrid foul. As the injured UA player comes back onto the bench.
I'll be interested to see, Riley, the time in possession, or the percentage possession at the half break.
Yeah, it should be. It's been fairly even so far for me.
Yeah.
I think Juve had a lot of possession early on, but Madrid's kind of countered that. But cross in at the edge of the box. Marcelo clears it out straight up, only as far as Benzema. As Marcelo has it again now, weaving through that attacking line of Juventus. Isco goes up the header with Sandro and is out of play on, they call it for Juventus, as Ronaldo reluctantly gives up the ball. As we enter that 5-minute stretch till halftime, I'm interested to see your point you made a couple minutes ago about the last 5 minutes of each half opening up and seeing if we can get another goal before the break.
Yes, team obviously, the fatigue factor sets in, and of course these athletes are superbly conditioned. However, just the concentration that the players are going through, and a lot of times it's mental lapse more than physical lapse.
Yeah, just thinking that hard for 40 minutes at a time without stopping is something that only football players deal with. And I'll be very interested to see as they call another foul. As these players getting really dirty, and that's a yellow card given to, I believe, Karim Benzema. Let's see. No, it's Cardiff.
Carvajal
Carvajal given a yellow card. So that's another defender given a yellow for Madrid. As Zinedine Zidane reacts as bad as you would if you have two main defenders coming on with a yellow card. Sandro outrod, plays it too long, put it by, cross back in for Juventus. It is handled by Marcelo, and there's Marcelo and Alves, like you mentioned in the pregame, going back and forth.
Yes.
And they exchange a handshake as Alves called for the foul. Madrid will have a free kick deep into the territory. Pass kept in by Marcelo. They play it wide for Carnival. Back to Ramos. Marcelo out wide. To Ronaldo. To Cruz. Now it's back in the middle of the field. It's been quite a showing from the passing between those five couple of players. Marcelo, Cruz, Ronaldo, Benzema, Isco. It's been quite the showing the understanding and the knowledge these players have of each other, know where they're going to be, and that also comes down to Zinedine Zidane as a coach. Back heel from Modric, out wide. Cardiff cross in. There's Ronaldo's head, and Buffon collects it safely.
Yes, they would certainly they would certainly know each other inside out, Riley, on the training paddock, and both superbly prepared teams.
That also comes down to the coaches, really. The coaches are very, very good at their jobs, and that's why they're at such big clubs on the highest level of the UEFA Champions League final.
Yes, and certainly on the big money as well.
Certainly so. Madrid plays it back, almost given away. Modric plays it out to Carvajal. We go till halftime, 44th or 45th minute. If you want to sync up with us right before halftime, we're on the 44th. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Madrid in the purple, Juventus in their classic white and black. Right before the break, Madrid slow build-up play like we talked about a while ago that they did not have for the first 40 minutes of this game. Modric now out wide to Isco. The surprise bonus for this Madrid team. And it's been very effective in Bale's absence as the shot goes very wide. And nothing Ronaldo can do there.
First half now. 2 minutes.
2 minutes stoppage time for these two teams. 2 more minutes of the fun first half action in the UEFA Champions League final. You think this will be a goal in these stoppage time minutes?
Well, both sides would be hoping for one, and just effectively, Juventus have 9 men back behind the ball at the moment. So after fighting back to square up 1-1, they wouldn't want to concede here.
Isco with it now. Played out for Carvajal. Sandro right there with the great defensive play. Dybala tries to keep it in. It goes out off his right boot. The throw. Over to Ramos. To Marcelo. Ronaldo back to Cruz. Modric in the middle of the field. Madrid with players running up. Modric looks for a crossing. With some fancy footwork, and it's out of play. Madrid will keep possession. Carvajal, cross in, headed out. Carvajal gets it right back. Play it back. Ramos tracking back. He receives the ball. Marcelo on the wing as it's played out by Alves. Real Madrid with another throw. If we're going to see a goal in the last couple of minutes, it's going to be from Real Madrid. And no, they just blew the whistle. 1-1, Juventus in Real Madrid at the break. What a half it's been.
Yes, one of the best starts to a Champions League final for years, Riley. A lot of these events, as I said earlier, teams play conservative, but that certainly hasn't been the case here. And, of course, 1-1 at the half. Goals in the 20th minute to Ronaldo and Mandzukic in the 27th minute.
Definitely better than last year's first half, last year's final. Madrid just dominated Atletico, and we'll see if the second half can match the first half intensity. I'm McManus. That is Riley Sohier. We'll take a short little break. We'll be back for the halftime show and the second half coverage of the Champions League final.